here. I'm at the county of Angus, and this is the White Catterton I've just come off. That's just up there in White on Roon. See if I can get my finger around in the right place. That's the Brown Catterton. Two Pictish hill forts, over 2,000 year old, so that's before the Romans ever ventured into Scotland. So going back a fair while. Apparently, according to my mate Ali, the Pictish folk that were there, they left the White Catterton to move to the Brown Catterton, which seems an odd thing to do with such a stoutly defensible place, but that's apparently if it happened. So I kind of much think of why with the move from there to there, all the work involved, could have been plague, I suppose. Could have been kind of tragic circumstances that Mucky and I want to bide there. I'm thinking of if I would want to bide on the site of Fred West's house, he can a place like that, why that murder's going on, who knows? Could be a religious thing. This place can move from one religious idea to another. You can leave this place, move somewhere fresh. So who knows? Fuckins. I don't ken. I'm just speculating. But anyway, great spot. Really dominates this part of Angus. If you look around ahead me, get a great view. You can see why this is such a great spot to build a fort. You can see folk coming from miles away. So there you go. Now on to the Brown Catterton. Well, we've just come off the top of the Brown Catterton. It's a bit different from the White Catterton. A bit harder to see the embankments. You can see them, but they're in the Steen is way up the top. It's not up here, it's not going there with heather and grasses and things, but it's still pretty impressive. So yeah, amazing place. Well worth going to see if you have the time. Half a windy the day. It's the 6th of January and it's quite high winds. Last night, I reckon possibly up in the high tops, walking the garden, this is like a gusts of over 20 miles an hour, so it's maybe nice surprise. It's gusty the day, so anyway, it's been lovely up here going to find some British standards, so I might go down there. I'll let them know. Right, well that's me just come out of Edzell, had my lunch in Edzell today, or as it should be called, apparently locally it's pronounced Eagle. And this is actually the devastation to the woods around here that was caused by the big storms last winter. Just flattened the place. It's like a World War One no man's land scene. Terrible, really, but well, can't be helped now. But amazing, the devastation. Well, this is us up near Aberlemno, looking down over Angus, or part of it. That's looking north. Up there, that one of that snai ones, the one on the left, that's Meyer or Mayer, and along with Dreesh, it's to the Monroes, the Angus Glens, just up above Glendall. there's a hill fort. That place just right in the edge, there's a hill fort there, Finavon. And for I've just been up, if I can, just up about there, that's the white Catterthun with the brownie next to it. It's difficult to see for there on the way, but next up is going to be the Aberlemno Pictish Steins, which are absolutely stunning. But beautiful county, Angus. You can see the main road, Aberdeen to Dundee, sticking through the county there. Well, this is one of the series of famous Pictish carved stones at Aberlemno in Angus. This is the roadside cross, which is quite an amazing piece of work when you think how hard that steen is to carve. And then you go round the back. I wouldn't say it's even more amazing, but that's more original Pictish style, with the Christian symbols on the other side. That's how close to the road it is, look. So it looks like it's almost like a hunting scene there. If they're hunting, well, it could be deer. Could be Northumbrians, who knows. There's another twa down the road there, right the side of the road, but they're covered over for the winter, so I'm going to go to the steen that's in the graveyard, because that's said to possibly depict the battle of Nechtinsmere, for the Picts defeated the Northumbrian Anglo-Saxons. So, well, this is very pretty Aberlemno Kirk. Come down here to see the famous steen in the graveyard, but here it is, under a box, just to save it for weathering and things during the winter. So I suppose it'll be taken off. That's look at what you could have seen. That's believed to possibly depict the Battle of Dinachan, or Nechtinsmere. 685, I think it was, they believe that happened. That was the Northumbrians under Ecgfrith come up to ravage the kingdom of the Picts, and got lured into the hills and slaughtered pretty much. Anyway, that may well depict that. So that gives you an idea. These things could have been coloured. You can see what it might have looked like. So you've got the raven there. I think this possibly depicts Ecgfrith down at the bottom, the raven feeding on his dead body. So, anyway, splendid thing. But it's under there, so anyway, we'll have to come back another day. Well, I've come in by Dinachan Kirk, but I suspect this is now somebody's house, because there's a buckle hens down in here, look. Chickens. Look at them go. Unless they've just escaped out of the hen house who are there and they're wandering up. It looks like somebody, well, maybe it doesn't abide here, but it doesn't look like it's a working kirk anywhere. Anyway, Dinachan, down in Angus, County Angus. And this is quite an appropriate place, really. I'm going to turn round, because between the kirk, where we are just now, the town of Dinachan, and the moss behind us, is apparently far in 685, the Battle of Nechtinsmere, or Dinachan, sometimes kent as, took place for Ecgfrith, the king of Northumbria, invaded Pictland to ravage the kingdom, and got lured into the hills up here and got wiped out. So that's apparently if it happened back there. It's a bit hard to get your head around it now. But as regards speaking Scots, that's round about the time that Scots as a language, maybe it wasn't Kent as Scots, but that's really when it would have started being in Scotland, because it was introduced by kind of Anglo-Saxon speakers for the south. So Northumbria, when they had a Lothian, and kind of a bit further north, that's when Anglo-Saxon started appearing in Scotland. So this battle would be a good representation of when the Scots language in Scotland started kind of taking root, really, and spread up the east coast, really. So anyway, so if you're in a fight, you might punch somebody in the nose. So you would muck a fist. So you would scalp them in the nose with your niv. And the person you're fighting might be a disagreeable type. They might be called a ciard. Start with a C, C-Y, ciard. And a ciard would be a disagreeable, unpleasant, rough kind of character. Roch, you'd say in Scotland. Roch is rather than rough. So so there you go, a ciard, bit disagreeable. You get into a fecht and you buff them in the nose with your niv. So, so a few Scots words there, just a different place to date for the How of Cremar, but I thought it might be quite interesting. So anyway, there you go. Well, folks, this is supposedly, or thought to be, the site to the Battle of Nechtinsmere, which took place in 685, I think it was, for the Northumbrian King Ecgfrith thought he'd come and ravage the kingdom of the Picts and put them in their place, and he got lured into the hills and got his army wiped out, and he was killed there as well. So it's supposedly in the kirk in the moss that lies before us. So I think there's a good chance that would be the right. This would have been a very fertile place up here, heartland of the one big Pictish area, so you could see where this would be attractive, full of grain and cattle and things like that. And so round the corner here, a wee bit of a taste of the Pictish heritage. There's a stain up here that actually this is a replacement. The original's in the Forfar Museum, but it's a good example of a Class 1 Pictish stain. It's just across the road here, look. If I can open the gate, I'll let you see the symbols. This is quite a well container. I can get past my car. You've got the discs and Z-rod and some kind of, well, I think it's like a Pictish beast of some sort. There you go. But I'm not sure if it's up in there. Could be a manse, but it says, the 20th of May 1685, the Picts led by Bridie routed invading Northumbrians under King Ecgfrith, who was killed in the fighting. So there you go. Interesting historical stuff. I'm back to Aberlemno, and this is a pretty good reproduction of the stain that's in the kirkyard. You can see it depicts a battle, and it would need to be very significant to be portrayed on a stain such as this. But you could see, like I mentioned earlier, about the lad getting his face pecked with a raven. Possibly Ecgfrith, who's had a very bad day. But you also get a wee bit of the, maybe some of the tactics of the Picts. Look, you've got the mounted Northumbrian Saxons coming in, and you've got them lined up, shields in the front, spears ahin, a bit like a Shiltram or a phalanx, I suppose. So yeah, quite interesting that. I'm definitely prepared to think that that's where the battle took place.